faith is a very incarnational faith. It's not just sort of a philosophy or sort of a spirituality that doesn't have any grounding in real things. And when you go to the Holy Land, I think, for me at least, first and foremost, your faith really becomes concrete.
We went to the Holy Land in October of 2009 and had an amazing experience. Just experience, like when St. Jerome says, it's the fifth gospel. It truly is. I mean, location, location, location.
I was so dazzled by everything, so touched. I cried at every Mass, at every holy site.
Being on the Sea of Galilee near the primacy of Peter, and I walked down the beach, if you will, the lake shore, away from everybody, and spent some time, and just really had this experience of God the Father showing me tremendous love. You know, hearing the words of Jesus to Peter, you know, do you love me? And really praying over those words again and again and again, and recognizing, you know, just how much the Father, you know, loves me.
Being able to walk in the footsteps of Jesus is something that I'd always wanted to do. I wanted to kind of see the things that he saw and to experience that in a greater way.
For many years I've just tried to imagine what it looked like, but to be there at the seashore, you know, where Jesus called his first apostles, we performed a miracle, you know, for Simon Peter, of the catch of fish and all that. That was just amazing.
Jesus is a real person who lived in a real town, who walked on real streets, along pathways and lakes and hills.
We're brothers and sisters in Christ, and they know it, I think, more than we do. And it's something that comes out very much in the way they treat us, in the way they welcome us, in the hospitality that they show us.
We who live in the United States, you know, have been blessed to live in a country that's been richly blessed in so many ways. But it's easier for us to forget about the poor, and we need that. We need to be reminded of that. And you know, when we are able, you know, have the privilege of going to the Holy Land and experiencing the poor and the pilgrims and the people, the locals, it does give you a new heart for the poor.
All three monotheistic religions, we all want to be in that place. And the Christians are getting ousted out and pushed out and pushed out and pushed out, and they need our help and they need our love and our encouragement. At the least we can do is pray for them here in the States, and I think sometimes we forget that they need our prayers, they need our financial support, they need our love, and they need us to go physically and be present with them.
It's a shame if we go all the way over to the Holy Land and we have these magnificent, wonderful experiences, and we don't recognize that without their presence, those people who live and breathe and work and play and love and die there, none of it would be possible for us.
Most church officials are saying that in 60 years, if nothing is done to stem this Christian exodus, then Christianity will disappear from the very place where Christ founded his church. And all we're going to have are empty religious monuments and museums and no living worshiping community. And that is why the Franciscan Foundation is the first Catholic organization to take up that challenge, to let the people in the United States know what is happening and to ask for their support.
I think what the foundation does uniquely is take the individuals where they are and, in a sense, make them more. We're all called by Jesus Christ to be more. They can't do it there on their own. They just cannot. The odds are, in a sense, against them, numerically, financially, in every sense of the word. But we're called to be more. I can make that happen, very small contribution. As a whole, we Christians can truly make that happen. This foundation is making a difference. It's more for so many people. That's what I hear and see in it. And to me, it's a good thing.
You want to support works like the Franciscan Foundation for the Holy Land, because they're doing the work of preserving this precious land, this precious place, these precious sites, the precious Christians that are there.
We are striving to help the Christians retain their Christian identity and preserve their churches and help educate their children so that their children are enabled to stay in the Holy Land.
We need three things. We need prayer for the Christians in the Holy Land, and we need pilgrims to the Holy Land, and we need support for our projects in the Holy Land.
We are protecting our heritage. We're making sure that these holy places of our faith continue to be alive and protected and guarded.
Anything that makes it possible for Christians to live and to stay in the Holy Land, in the Middle East, is a contribution to humanity, because it's a contribution to a presence that represents a way of solving a problem.
After I had the scholarship, everything was changed, and I started looking at my life. I started realizing where I'm going, and I draw my track, and I'm following it right now, and I'm supporting it right now, and I want to continue with it. It's very emotional. Nobody can describe how hard it is to stay in such a country, and nobody can describe how I feel, because if you just gave me a paper and a pen, I would write you exactly what I feel. But actually, it's it's like when you just drop a piece of food to somebody who's in the middle of the sea, who's drowning. You give him hope. You just lift him up, and you just hold on. Somebody will help you. And that's how I felt. It was amazing.